The camera industry is on the brink of a major transformation, with several flagship models expected to make a big impact. Canon's EOS R6 Mark III is set to shake up the mid-range market, likely featuring a 30 to 34 megapixel sensor and the ability to shoot 6K video. Nikon Z7 III is rumored to take resolution to new heights with a sensor in the 61 to 67 megapixel range. Sony's A7V could change the game for hybrid shooters by introducing a stacked sensor and advanced AI-driven features. On the APS-C front, Canon's R7 Mark II may bring renewed attention to the format with cutting-edge computational photography. At the high end, Nikon Z9 II is expected to raise the bar for professionals, potentially offering 8K at 120 frames per second. These upcoming models reflect the industry's strong push for innovation, even as smartphones continue to challenge traditional cameras. As anticipation builds around Canon's upcoming mirrorless releases, all attention is turning toward what may be the company's most significant mid-range full-frame launch, the Canon EOS R6 Mark III. Following the well-received EOS R6 and the upgraded R6 Mark II, Canon looks ready to once again deliver a camera that blends professional-grade performance with accessibility for advanced enthusiasts. The original R6 gained popularity for its outstanding autofocus, excellent low-light performance, and robust video features, all at a relatively competitive price. The R6 Mark II built on that success with a 24.2 MP sensor, faster shooting speeds, improved autofocus with deep learning, and sharp 4K video. But expectations are much higher in 2025, and Canon knows that maintaining its edge over rivals like Sony, Nikon, and Panasonic means pushing the R6 lineup further, without losing the hybrid creators who made the series so popular in the first place. At the core of the R6 Mark III rumors is a new full-frame sensor likely in the 30 to 34 MP range. This would be a clear jump from the 24.2 MP of the R6 II, offering greater detail for cropping, printing, and reframing, while still avoiding overlap with the higher resolution 45 MP EOS R5. Canon is expected to pair this sensor with an improved version of the Digic X processor, or possibly a next-generation platform entirely, capable of faster image processing, better heat control, and support for cutting-edge autofocus and video features. Expect smarter subject recognition, more efficient computational photography, and better internal video quality as a result. Canon's already excellent dual-pixel CMOS AF2 system is likely to receive further enhancements in the R6 III. Improvements could include more precise eye tracking for humans and animals, better vehicle and object recognition, and even more nuanced subject detection using AI, like distinguishing planes or insects in dynamic environments. Sports and wildlife photographers may also benefit from upgraded Zone AF modes and a smarter touchscreen interface for quick adjustments via the vari-angle LCD. Video capabilities are expected to take a major leap forward as well. The R6 Mark III may offer full-width 6K recording, either oversampled or in open-gate format. Open-gate 6K would be a huge advantage for creators needing flexible framing options for vertical content, VFX, or reframing in post. There's also speculation that Canon will introduce internal RAW video, or at least external 12-bit cinema RAW light output via HDMI. Alongside high-quality 10-bit 4:2:2 internal codecs, the R6 III could become a powerful tool for filmmakers who want professional color grading potential in a compact body. Heat management will also be key. While the R6 II improved on thermal performance over the original, the R6 III could go even further. Expect improved airflow, possibly a redesigned internal heatsink, or even passive cooling tech borrowed from Canon's cinema line. Audio features are also likely to get an upgrade, including full support for Canon's multifunction shoe, enabling compatibility with digital mics, XLR adapters, and more. Enhanced audio preamps and better gain control may appeal to content creators who rely on in-camera audio. In terms of design, Canon is expected to stick with the R6 series' proven ergonomics, comfortable grip, tactile controls, and intuitive menus. But there could be refinements, like a redesigned joystick or the smart controller found on the EOS R3, giving faster access to autofocus points. A new high-res EVF, possibly above 3.69 million dots, may also be included, along with improvements to the top control dial or menu layout for better video usability. The fully articulating LCD will almost certainly return, possibly with higher brightness and better touch sensitivity. For stills, the R6 II already offers 40 FPS with the electronic shutter. The Mark III could boost this even further with faster sensor readout, especially if it uses a stacked sensor. That would also reduce rolling shutter and make the electronic shutter a more practical alternative to mechanical for sports and action. Features like pre-burst capture and enhanced raw burst modes might be introduced, while the mechanical shutter could be improved with faster speeds and better durability. Storage and connectivity will see upgrades too. Dual card slots are expected, with one likely being CF Express Type B for demanding video and burst shooting, while the other may remain a UHS-2 SD slot for versatility. On the connectivity front, the R6 III could support Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.3, and USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 for faster file transfer and tethering. Canon may also expand cloud integration via image.canon for instant backup, remote editing, and team collaboration. In-body image stabilization, a standout feature in previous R6 models, is also expected to improve. The R6 III may offer up to 8.5 stops of stabilization when used with compatible RF lenses and could include advanced algorithms to reduce small jitters during handheld video shooting. Canon may even introduce software-based horizon leveling using gyroscope data for perfectly aligned shots. Software and interface updates are likely too. A hybrid menu system, inspired by the EOS R5C, may allow users to switch between photo and video modes more efficiently. Canon could also bring new visual aids like false color, customizable zebra patterns, improved peaking, and advanced histograms or waveform displays, tools that are invaluable for serious video work. As for launch timing, most signs point to a release between late 2025 and early 2026, possibly during a major photography trade show. It may debut alongside new RF lenses designed for hybrid shooters. Pricing is expected in the $2,799 to $2,999 range, which would keep it competitive against the Sony A7 IV and the expected Nikon Z6 III, while sitting nicely between Canon's EOS R8 and R5. In summary, the Canon EOS R6 Mark III isn't shaping up to be just a minor upgrade, it could be Canon's most advanced hybrid camera yet. With a higher resolution sensor, improved autofocus, 6K video, better ergonomics, and smarter software, the R6 III could redefine the mid-range mirrorless category. For professionals, it could serve as a dependable second body. For serious enthusiasts, it may be the ultimate step up. Most importantly, it signals Canon's deep commitment to the hybrid creator, now seen not as a niche user, but as the central figure in the mirrorless future. Excitement is growing within the photography community as anticipation builds for the Nikon Z7 III, the long-awaited successor to one of Nikon's most respected high-resolution mirrorless cameras. The Z7 series has built a strong reputation for its stunning image quality, ergonomic design, and professional-grade stills performance in a compact full-frame body. Since the Z7 II launched in 2020 with useful updates like dual card slots, better battery life, and improved autofocus through dual APS-C processors, the camera world has moved forward dramatically. Competitors such as Sony's A7 IV, Canon's EOS R5, and Fujifilm's GFX 100S have set new standards in resolution, autofocus intelligence, and hybrid capabilities. The big question now is, how will Nikon answer with the Z7 III? The centerpiece of the Z7 III is expected to be a brand new image sensor, rumored to be either a stacked or backside illuminated CMOS design, with a resolution likely ranging between 61 and 67 megapixels. That would be a major leap from the Z7 II's 45.7 MP sensor and place it directly in competition with Sony's A7 RV, potentially even surpassing it in resolution. A stacked sensor would also bring faster readout speeds, which minimizes rolling shutter and enables higher burst rates with the electronic shutter, two areas where previous Z7 models have lagged. These enhancements could make the Z7 III a serious option not only for landscape and studio work but also for fast-paced action photography. To handle the increased data demands of a high-resolution stacked sensor, Nikon is likely to include the powerful APS-C processor, first seen in the Z9. This advanced processor enables faster data throughput, better color science, and support for highly efficient RAW formats. It would also allow the Z7 III to use Nikon's latest AI-driven autofocus system, with intelligent subject detection for people, animals, birds, vehicles, and more. If Nikon brings the Z9's acclaimed deep learning AF system to the Z7 III, it could finally shed the perception that Nikon trails behind Sony and Canon in autofocus performance. One of the Z7 line's past weaknesses was relatively slow continuous shooting. The original Z7 managed 9 FPS, and the Z7 II topped out at 10 FPS, often with limitations. The Z7 III, by contrast, could potentially reach 15 to 20 FPS with full autofocus tracking, and possibly more with cropping or reduced resolution. Features like pre-capture, raw burst modes, and high-speed silent shooting are likely to be part of the package, making the Z7 III appealing even to wildlife and sports photographers, areas once dominated by the Z6 and Z8. Nikon has made significant progress in video, especially with the Z9 and Z8, and the Z7 III is expected to inherit some of those advancements. We may see oversampled 8K at 30 FPS, 6K internal RAW recording, and 10-bit 4:2:2 internal recording in H.265. Full HDMI output for clean external recording is also likely. There's speculation Nikon may eliminate the mechanical shutter altogether, as it did with the Z9, although this remains unconfirmed for a high-res model like the Z7 III. Regardless, improvements in rolling shutter and heat dissipation are expected, along with tools like waveform monitors, zebras, focus peaking, and possibly even false color displays. These upgrades would make the Z7 III a far more credible hybrid camera than its predecessors. The Z7 III will almost certainly feature enhanced 5-axis IBIS, with up to 8 stops of compensation when paired with compatible VR lenses. Improvements to digital and software stabilization for video are also expected, possibly including a smart hybrid stabilization mode that blends optical and digital correction in real time. In terms of design, Nikon is likely to stick with the robust magnesium alloy body and weather sealing of the Z7 II, while introducing small but meaningful ergonomic improvements. This could include a refined grip, upgraded customizable buttons, or even a touch-sensitive joystick. The electronic viewfinder is expected to see a big jump to 5.76m or 9.44m resolution with a 120Hz refresh rate. While the rear LCD will likely stick to a tilting design, Nikon might offer a hybrid flip-tilt screen for added flexibility, especially useful for video and low-angle shooting. The Z7 III will likely keep dual card slots, but there's a chance it could support dual CF Express or CF Express Plus UHS 3 SD to handle the massive data loads from 8K video and high-res stills. On the connectivity side, we're expecting Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, and USB-C 3.2 Gen 2x2 for ultra-fast tethering and SSD recording. There's even speculation about Ethernet support via USB-C adapters or direct FTP uploads, which would appeal to commercial shooters and remote workflows. Software enhancements could be a game-changer. Expect Nikon to include advanced computational features like in-camera HDR blending, autofocus stacking, pixel shift high-res modes, and AI-powered noise reduction or sharpening. Nikon might also refresh its menu system, introducing quick access modes for video and photo, custom function banks, and streamlined hybrid shooting workflows. Industry insiders suggest the Nikon Z7 III may launch in late 2025 or early 2026, possibly alongside new Z-mount lenses like a redesigned 24 to 70mm f/2.8 or 70 to 200mm f/4. Pricing is rumored to land between $3,499 and $3,999, placing it just below the Z8 and well beneath the flagship Z9. This pricing positions it perfectly for high-end stills and hybrid shooters who want elite performance in a compact form. The Nikon Z7 III is shaping up to be a major leap forward in the high-resolution mirrorless category. With a new sensor, powerful processing, smart AI autofocus, meaningful video upgrades, and professional-grade design, it could be the camera that puts Nikon back on top in the eyes of hybrid creators. Whether you shoot stills, video, or both, the Z7 III might just be the all-in-one creative tool you've been waiting for. Although not officially confirmed by Sony yet, the buzz surrounding the Sony A7V has already reached a fever pitch. As the anticipated successor to the immensely popular Sony A7 IV, the A7V is carrying high expectations from both photography enthusiasts and video producers alike. The A7 series has long been Sony's flagship full-frame mirrorless lineup, celebrated for its versatility and ability to blend exceptional stills and video performance. But, as we look ahead to 2025, it's clear that the A7V will need to make substantial upgrades to stay relevant in an increasingly competitive market filled with high-end hybrid shooters. The A7 IV, which was released in late 2021, offered a balanced package with a 33MP sensor, 10-bit 4:2:2 video, and impressive autofocus, making it one of the best mid-range mirrorless cameras on the market. However, in 2025, those specs are beginning to show their age. Sony's competitors are pushing the envelope with cutting-edge technology, such as advanced AI autofocus, faster sensors, improved video capabilities, and computational photography features that the A7 IV lacks. In light of this, the A7V will need to make some significant strides to keep up. If Sony is able to deliver on the A7V rumors, we could be looking at one of the most advanced hybrid cameras ever made, one that combines pro-level features in both stills and video, designed to meet the needs of a diverse range of creators. Let's break down what the A7V could bring to the table. The Sony A7 IV impressed many with its 33MP back-illuminated sensor, but for the A7V to live up to the hype, a more advanced sensor will be essential. Rumors point to a new backside illuminated or possibly a stacked sensor, likely within the 30-36MP range. This would provide a noticeable improvement in speed, dynamic range, and performance under low light, all while maintaining a similar resolution to avoid overshadowing Sony's higher resolution A7 R series. A resolution boost could also be included, but Sony has been cautious not to push it too far, considering the massive 61MP sensor in the A7 R series. The inclusion of a stacked sensor could be a game changer for the A7V. A stacked sensor would allow for much faster readout speeds, reducing rolling shutter, and providing better performance in both stills and video. It would also help the camera achieve faster burst rates and even smoother, distortion-free electronic shutter performance. With a stacked CMOS sensor, the A7V could push the limits of fast-paced photography, from sports to wildlife, and even provide a glimpse of what's possible with global shutter technology, a feature already present in Sony's top-tier models like the A9 III and FX3 II. One of the key benefits of a stacked sensor would be the ability to push the limits of dynamic range. If the rumors hold true, the A7V could offer 14+ stops of dynamic range, giving photographers more flexibility in both shadow and highlight recovery. In addition, its high ISO performance could be significantly improved, helping it perform better in low-light conditions. For hybrid shooters who want a camera that can handle any scenario, these improvements could make the A7V a standout in its class. If the A7V is to keep pace with the latest developments in autofocus and image processing, it will need to feature the latest processing technology. The A7V is expected to include Sony's Bions XR processor, which is already found in the A7RV, A9 III, and FX3 II. This new processing unit offers significant gains in performance, enabling faster readout speeds, improved image quality, and better overall responsiveness. The Bions XR processor could work in tandem with Sony's AI processor, which debuted in the A7RV and has been included in other high-end Sony models like the A9 III and FX6 II. The AI processor is designed to enable real-time object recognition, intelligent subject tracking, and enhanced autofocus performance, all of which are crucial for today's high-speed shooting demands. Autofocus, in particular, is expected to see a dramatic improvement in the A7V. Building on the A7 IV's already impressive real-time IAF, the A7V could introduce more advanced subject tracking capabilities that go beyond human faces and eyes. With AI-driven autofocus, the A7V could track not just people, but animals, birds, insects, vehicles, planes, and other moving subjects with extreme precision, even in difficult conditions like low light, backlit scenes, or busy environments. This leap in autofocus performance would make the A7V a more versatile tool for both photographers and videographers, capable of capturing fast-moving subjects with incredible accuracy. For wildlife photographers, sports photographers, and videographers working in fast-paced environments, this upgrade would be a game-changer. For video shooters, the A7V's video specs will be one of the most important areas of improvement. The A7 IV was already ahead of the curve with 4K 60p video, but the A7V will need to go further to stay competitive in the hybrid market. One of the most anticipated upgrades is the removal of the APS-C crop during 4K 60p recording. The A7V is expected to offer full-frame 4K 60p video, potentially with oversampling from a 7K or higher readout, eliminating the crop entirely. Additionally, 4K 120p recording is on the horizon for the A7V. While it may come with a slight crop, this would still be a significant upgrade over the A7 IV's 4K 60p. The A7V could also offer 6K or even 8K recording, although 8K might be reserved for the A7 R series. Video shooters could also see support for 10-bit 4:2:2 all-intra recording, as well as S-Cinetone color science, which would give them greater flexibility in post-production. Sony is also expected to improve the A7V's video feature set with pro-level tools like LUT previews, waveform monitors, false color exposure tools, and customizable zebras. These features have already appeared in Sony's FX and cinema cameras, and integrating them into the A7V would make it a true hybrid camera that excels at both photography and videography. There's also the possibility that the A7V could offer RAW video recording, either via external 16-bit RAW output over HDMI or even internal compressed RAW, similar to the A7S III and FX III II. This would be a major feature for professional filmmakers who need the highest level of image quality and flexibility in post-production. Thermal performance will also be key. The A7 IV had some overheating issues during extended video shoots, so Sony will likely address this with better thermal management in the A7V. Improved cooling systems or passive thermal management could allow for longer recording durations without overheating, making the A7V more reliable for long video sessions. Sony is known for its ergonomically comfortable camera bodies, and the A7V will likely continue this tradition with incremental improvements to its design. Expect a higher resolution OLED EVF, potentially upgraded to a 5.76m. or even a 9.44m panel, offering 120Hz refresh rates for smoother motion tracking and minimal lag during fast action scenes. The rear LCD screen may move to a hybrid flip-tilt design, making it more versatile for vertical shooting, vlogging, and waist-level compositions. While the fully articulating screen was a standout feature in the A7 IV, the hybrid flip-tilt design is gaining popularity among Sony users who prefer a more compact and flexible display. Sony may also improve the camera's touchscreen interface, making it more responsive and fluid for tasks like menu navigation, playback, and focus adjustments. Overall, the A7V will likely maintain the familiar A7 series layout, but with refinements to enhance usability for both stills and video shooters. In-body image stabilization is another area where the A7V could see major improvements. While the A7 IV offered solid 5.5 stops of stabilization, the A7V could offer up to 8 stops of compensation when paired with OSS lenses. Additionally, new active stabilization modes could be introduced for video, providing smoother footage even when shooting handheld. The A7V might also incorporate auto horizon leveling, a feature that debuted in the A7 RV, making it easier to capture level footage without a gimbal. This would be especially useful for travel creators, vloggers, and documentary filmmakers who need stable footage in dynamic environments. The A7V will likely come with the latest connectivity options, including USB-C 3.2 Gen 2, full-size HDMI, dual card slots, Wi-Fi 6E, and Bluetooth 5.3. These features will make it easier to transfer files, live stream, and connect to external devices. Sony has also been integrating cloud-based workflows into their professional cameras, and the A7V could follow suit with direct-to-cloud support, making it easier for creators to upload their content without relying on external drives. The inclusion of Sony's revamped Creators app ecosystem could further streamline content creation, offering new options for live streaming, remote control, and collaboration. In terms of pricing, the A7V is expected to fall in the $2,699 to $2,999 range, slightly higher than the A7 IV's $2,498 launch price. The camera will likely be released in the latter half of 2025, coinciding with Sony's typical product cycle and competition from other major players in the mirrorless market, like Canon and Nikon. The Sony A7V is shaping up to be an exciting addition to the hybrid photography and videography market. With a new sensor, faster processing, AI-driven autofocus, and video features that push the boundaries of what's possible in a mirrorless camera, the A7V could easily become the go-to choice for creators who need a reliable and powerful tool for both stills and video. While there is no official confirmation from Sony yet, the A7V rumors point to a camera that will appeal to both professionals and advanced enthusiasts who demand the best in every aspect of their workflow. Whether you're capturing fast-paced action, shooting a cinematic video, or simply documenting life's moments, the A7V could be the perfect companion to take your creative vision to new heights. The Canon EOS R7 Mark II, although still awaiting its official announcement, has already begun to stir up excitement within the mirrorless camera community. This is particularly true for hybrid creators and wildlife photographers, who appreciated the original R7's balance of speed, resolution, and affordability. As Canon's flagship APS-C mirrorless camera in the RF mount lineup, the R7 made a bold statement: crop sensor bodies still had relevance, even in a market increasingly dominated by full-frame sensors. However, as the R7 moves beyond its 2-year mark, the expectations for its successor have skyrocketed. The R7 II will not only need to address the minor weaknesses of the R7 but also go head-to-head with formidable competition from other manufacturers, including the Fujifilm X-T5, OM System OM1 Mark II, Sony A6700, and possibly the Nikon Z50 II. To make a mark in 2025, the R7 II must bring significant upgrades across nearly every category, from sensor and processor improvements to enhanced autofocus, video capabilities, and overall user experience. The original R7 was already fast for its class, boasting 30 FPS electronic bursts and impressive autofocus powered by Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF2, but its buffer limitations and modest video features left room for growth. If Canon plans to remain competitive, the R7 II will need to offer more speed, better usability, and professional-grade video features, without sacrificing the portability and versatility that made the original R7 such a strong contender. The original R7 used a 32.5MP APS-C CMOS sensor, which was a modified version of the sensor seen in the Canon 90D and M6 Mark II. While this sensor was more than adequate for most situations, the R7 II is likely to introduce an all-new sensor, most probably a backside illuminated sensor or even a stacked CMOS sensor. If Canon maintains the 32.5MP resolution or slightly bumps it up to the 34-36MP range, significant improvements in dynamic range and low-light performance are expected. The introduction of a stacked sensor would be a game-changer, delivering faster readout speeds that can effectively eliminate rolling shutter artifacts during fast electronic shutter bursts. This would also allow the R7 II to shoot in blackout-free bursts, offering deeper buffers for faster shooting rates. With the possibility of 40 FPS bursts in electronic shutter mode and up to 15-20 FPS using the mechanical shutter, the R7 II could rival more expensive full-frame cameras, making it a prime choice for sports and wildlife photographers who prioritize speed and responsiveness over full-frame advantages like shallow depth of field. Moreover, Canon could implement a dual-gain or even a triple-gain ISO system, similar to what's found in the EOS R3. This would significantly improve the R7 II's performance in low light, with better noise control at ISO levels of 3200 to 12800, which is typically where many APS-C sensors start to show signs of noise. A system like this would allow for superior shadow recovery and more usable high ISO performance, making the R7 II a more well-rounded option for photographers who often shoot in challenging lighting conditions, such as wildlife and event photographers. A major focus for the R7 II will be its autofocus performance. The original R7 already offered Canon's excellent dual-pixel CMOS AF2 system, which was capable of impressive subject tracking and eye detection, but with the R7 II, Canon is expected to push this technology even further. Likely adopting the Digic X2 processor or its next-generation variant, the R7 II will benefit from improved autofocus algorithms, making it faster and more responsive in a wider variety of situations. One of the most exciting features expected is Canon's AI-based subject tracking system, first introduced in the R3 and now found in newer models like the R6 Mark II and R8. This AI engine would make tracking a broader range of subjects, ranging from people and animals to vehicles, planes, and trains, more precise and effective. The ability to prioritize the most relevant subject within a complex frame, even when there are multiple moving objects, would be especially useful for wildlife photographers who need to track fast-moving animals or birds. The enhanced eye detection capabilities, which could function at greater distances and at various angles, would also make it easier to capture clear and sharp portraits of wildlife or action shots from afar. Beyond autofocus, the AI system could improve exposure metering, automatic white balance, and even offer real-time compositional suggestions, making the R7 II more intuitive and accessible, particularly for less experienced users. Video will undoubtedly be one of the most important areas where the R7 II will differentiate itself from its competitors. While the original R7 offered solid 4K 60p video oversampled from 7K, this is no longer enough in 2025, when even mid-range models are offering 4K 120p and advanced video features. The R7 II is likely to introduce 4K 120p video, though this may come with a slight crop, or at a minimum, it could feature uncropped 4K 60p with 10-bit 4:2:2 internal recording in Canon Log 3, a setup already seen in higher-end models like the R6 Mark II. This upgrade would put the R7 II on par with or even exceed the video offerings found in current flagship models, making it an attractive choice for creators who require pro-level video features without the hefty price tag of full-frame options. One of the most highly anticipated upgrades is internal RAW video recording, or at the very least, external 12-bit RAW output via HDMI. This would allow filmmakers to capture footage with the utmost flexibility, perfect for projects that require extensive post-production work. In addition to this, the R7 II is likely to include important video tools like zebra patterns, waveform monitors, focus peaking, and custom LUT previews, all of which will make it a powerful asset for indie filmmakers, documentarians, and content creators who need to quickly adjust their settings while shooting. Moreover, the audio system is expected to get a significant upgrade, with features like 32-bit float USB audio recording, improved preamps, and more precise control over audio monitoring directly in the camera. Digital image stabilization will likely be included, with crop-free modes and enhanced lens breathing correction to improve handheld shooting, even without the need for a gimbal. The ability to record directly to an SSD via USB-C would further elevate the camera's potential for professional video work, bypassing the limitations of SD card recording and enabling higher bitrate video capture. Canon is expected to refine the physical design of the R7 II to enhance its durability and ergonomics. The body is likely to incorporate more magnesium alloy for better ruggedness while keeping the camera lightweight and weather-sealed, ideal for outdoor photographers who require a camera that can withstand the elements. The R7 II could also feature a larger, higher-resolution 5.76m.EVF, allowing for better clarity and more detail when composing shots. The fully articulating 3.2-inch LCD screen is also expected to receive a boost in resolution and brightness, making it easier to view in bright conditions. The button layout could be slightly refined to provide quicker access to important settings such as autofocus points, shooting modes, and custom functions. These changes could be influenced by Canon's more recent hybrid models in the R series, ensuring that the R7 II is as intuitive to use as it is powerful. A dual UHS-2 SD card slot configuration is possible, or one of the slots might be upgraded to CF Express Type A to handle the high bitrate video and burst shooting that the R7 II will likely support. Battery life is also expected to improve slightly, possibly through a more efficient processor or an updated LPE6NH battery. The introduction of USB-C PD fast charging could provide additional convenience, especially for users who rely on the camera for long shooting sessions or live streaming. In terms of connectivity, the R7 II is likely to offer UVC/UAC support, allowing for direct live streaming in up to 4K 30p via USB, without the need for additional capture cards or external devices. Paired with Canon's improved Camera Connect and EOS utility apps, the R7 II could support cloud backups, remote FTP transfers, and tethered shooting over Wi-Fi 6E, offering seamless integration with modern content creation workflows. Computational photography features could also make their way into the R7 II, with options like multi-frame noise reduction, focus stacking, auto HDR merging, and panoramic stitching. These features, which would be handled much faster thanks to the upgraded processor, would appeal to photographers and videographers who want to save time on post-processing. Canon might also incorporate AI-driven auto modes, where the camera adjusts its settings dynamically based on the subject type and motion analysis, delivering pro-level output even for beginners. The R7 II is likely to maintain a competitive price in the $1,599 $1,799 range, keeping it accessible to enthusiasts and semi-professionals who need flagship-level performance without breaking the bank. Canon is known for offering exceptional value at each price point, and if the R7 II delivers even a portion of its anticipated improvements, it could become the go-to APS-C hybrid camera for both video and stills under $2,000. The announcement is expected in Q3 or Q4 of 2025, with pre-orders opening soon after and units shipping within 4 to 6 weeks of launch. The Canon EOS R7 Mark II is shaping up to be more than just a minor update. It could represent a significant leap forward for APS-C mirrorless systems. With a new sensor, improved autofocus, professional-grade video capabilities, and the flexibility of the RF mount, the R7 The Nikon Z9 II, although still under development, is generating considerable excitement and anticipation among professional photographers and filmmakers. Building on the success of its predecessor, the Z9, which was a game-changer for Nikon as their first flagship mirrorless camera to completely forego a mechanical shutter, the Z9 II is poised to raise the bar even higher in 2025. The original Z9 was a powerhouse, featuring a cutting-edge stacked CMOS sensor with 45.7 megapixels, 8K video at 60 FPS, and an advanced deep learning autofocus system. The Z9 II must surpass its predecessor in every category to stay competitive in the rapidly evolving camera market, where rivals like the Sony A7V II, Canon EOS R1, and Fujifilm GFX 100 Mark III are already setting new standards. Nikon has consistently invested in both hardware and software innovations, and the Z9 II is expected to benefit from these ongoing efforts. The next generation Z9 II could see numerous upgrades, particularly in sensor technology, image processing, autofocus, and video capabilities. A major upgrade that's expected is a new, more advanced stacked BSI CMOS sensor, which might keep the 45.7 MP resolution of the original or could even push the resolution beyond 50 MP, depending on Nikon's focus on balancing resolution, speed, and thermal efficiency. The new sensor might feature dual or even triple gain ISO circuitry, allowing for enhanced low-light performance and faster readout speeds that could significantly improve the rolling shutter performance of the camera. This could bring the Z9 II close to or possibly enable a global shutter-like functionality, making it a leading choice for action photography. This would make it ideal for fast-paced environments such as sports, wildlife, aviation, and high-speed event photography. The Z9 II's sensor and processing power would likely be paired with a new, more capable XPED image processor, possibly a dual-core version or an entirely new iteration, that could facilitate burst rates of 30-40 FPS at full resolution RAW. This would be an improvement over the original Z9's already impressive burst performance and could offer pre-capture buffering of up to 1 to 2 seconds, similar to features seen in Canon's EOS R3 and Olympus's OM1 II. Such enhancements would make the Z9 II one of the best cameras for capturing fast-moving action without any compromise in image quality. On the autofocus front, the Z9 II is set to deliver a major leap forward, building on the original Z9's deep learning autofocus system. The original Z9 could already track and recognize a wide range of subjects, from people and animals to planes, cars, and even insects. However, the Z9 II is expected to expand upon these capabilities by introducing multi-subject tracking with priority intelligence. This could allow photographers to lock onto a specific subject in crowded or dynamic scenes and even enable facial recognition within larger groups of people with a more selective focus. There's also speculation that the Z9 II could improve its autofocus performance in low-light conditions, making it more capable of tracking erratic subjects, such as birds in flight or athletes changing direction quickly. AI-driven improvements could also extend to metering, with the Z9 II scene segmentation technology dynamically adjusting exposure, white balance, and other settings based on the subject. This would give photographers more precise control in challenging shooting environments, such as high-contrast backlit scenes. Coupled with Nikon's blackout-free shooting, a massive buffer allowing for over 1,000 RAW frames, and better tracking capabilities through the EVF and rear LCD, the Z9 II is shaping up to be an indispensable tool for high-stakes events like sports and news coverage. In the realm of video, the Z9 II is expected to become the most cinematic mirrorless camera Nikon has ever released, potentially rivaling the capabilities of professional cinema cameras like the Sony FX9, Canon C500 Mark II, or even the Red Komodo X in certain hybrid workflows. The original Z9 already supported 8K RAW recording at 60 FPS and 12-bit NRAW, setting a new standard for internal high-resolution video capture. The Z9 II could push this even further by offering 8K recording at 120 FPS, 6K 60p ProRes RAW HQ, and possibly even internal 10-bit ProRes 4444 support for high-end production workflows. Enhanced cooling systems would likely be included to manage the increased heat generation from these high-resolution video capabilities. Another area where the Z9 II could make significant improvements is in slow-motion video capture. The camera may introduce 4K recording at up to 240 FPS, with minimal crop, catering to sports photographers and filmmakers who need to capture high-speed motion in breathtaking detail. Additionally, there's a possibility that the Z9 II could feature dual base ISO for video, enhancing its dynamic range and noise performance in challenging lighting conditions, something that competitors like Sony's FX and A7S series have already introduced. Video creators would also benefit from a host of advanced tools for color grading and exposure management. Nikon may introduce features like false color, zebra stripes with multiple thresholds, waveform monitors, vector scopes, LUT previews, and timecode sync, all of which are invaluable to filmmakers working in professional environments. On the audio side, the Z9 II could support dual-channel 32-bit float recording, full-size XLR inputs via an adapter, and digital audio support from compatible microphones. These features would enable filmmakers to capture professional-grade audio directly in camera, without the need for external recorders. As for the design, the Z9 II is expected to retain the robust, integrated grip form factor of the original, but with several refinements. The grip texture might be subtly improved for better ergonomics, and the camera could be slightly lighter thanks to further optimization of the magnesium alloy chassis. Additionally, Nikon may improve the balance of the camera when paired with long telephoto lenses, making it more comfortable for photographers shooting with heavy setups for extended periods. The Z9 II's EVF could receive a significant upgrade as well, with a 9.44 m OLED panel offering a higher refresh rate of 120 Hz to 240 Hz. This would make it one of the best viewfinders on the market, especially for photographers who track fast-moving subjects. The rear LCD screen might also receive a bump in both size and resolution, potentially offering a more versatile design, such as a hybrid tilting and articulating screen to accommodate both vertical shooters and videographers. Memory and storage solutions will also be a key area of improvement. The Z9 II will likely retain dual CF Express Type B card slots, but new firmware could offer more advanced features, such as automatic card relay, simultaneous RAW plus proxy recording, and even the ability to offload data to an external SSD via USB-C. These features would be highly beneficial for large events and documentary shoots where fast offloading of data is crucial. The Z9 II's battery is expected to continue using the NEL18D format, but with improved power efficiency to ensure longer recording times and more extended shooting sessions despite the camera's high-performance demands. USB-C power delivery charging, tethered control via Ethernet, Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, and potentially 5G wireless capabilities could all be included in the Z9 II, making it a highly connected machine for professional use. These connectivity upgrades would be especially useful for photographers and agencies working in remote locations or covering live events, allowing for faster transfer of images and video to the cloud or newsroom. Nikon is also rumored to be exploring new advancements in computational photography for the Z9 II. This could include features like automatic HDR blending, real-time pixel shift, AI-powered denoising, and focus stacking within view previews. These capabilities would be especially beneficial for photographers in specialized fields like landscape, macro, and architecture photography, allowing for more precise capture with less post-processing. Nikon could also roll out cloud-based workflows, enabling photographers to back up their images in real time, collaborate with teams, and even edit photos using Nikon's ecosystem in the cloud. On the firmware side, Nikon has established a strong reputation for delivering significant post-launch updates. The Z9 II could be no exception, with a roadmap for future updates that might include expanded lens breathing correction, anamorphic lens support, and the introduction of custom autofocus profiles that adapt to different subjects or lenses. As for the price, the Z9 II is expected to fall in the $5,499 used $5,999 range, reflecting its flagship status and the significant upgrades it brings. Nikon could also release the Z9 II alongside a new lineup of Z-series telephoto lenses or power zooms, particularly if they are positioning the camera as a dual-purpose tool for both photography and filmmaking. The Z9 II could be officially unveiled in late 2025, possibly during a fall launch event or through a Nikon livestream, with shipping beginning in Q4 2025 or early 2026. With its advanced features and capabilities, the Z9 II is likely to attract high demand, particularly from professional photographers and agencies preparing for major events, including the 2026 sports season. In conclusion, the Nikon Z9 II is more than just an upgrade, it represents a bold step into the future of professional mirrorless photography. With its combination of cutting-edge sensor technology, advanced AI autofocus, revolutionary video capabilities, and a host of other enhancements, the Z9 II is set to redefine what's possible for a flagship mirrorless camera in 2025. Nikon is not merely updating its flagship camera, it's shaping the future of professional imaging. As we anticipate these upcoming releases, it's evident that camera manufacturers are closely listening to the evolving demands of creators. Each new model aims to strike a careful balance between resolution, speed, computational features, and video capabilities. While precise specifications and release dates are still uncertain, these cameras are poised to redefine expectations for what mirrorless systems can achieve. Whether you're a professional in search of cutting-edge equipment or an enthusiast preparing for your next upgrade, the camera landscape of 2025 to 2026 is set to deliver remarkable technological advancements, unlocking new creative possibilities. The future of both photography and videography has never seemed more exciting.